Well, in this video I'm using the RefWorks Reference Manager software. My voice is a bit croaky this morning, so please bear with me. When you go to the RefWorks homepage, www.refworks.com, you'll be presented with this login screen. I'm going to log in via Shibboleth, find the T-side login routine, and as I've just had it open recently, it should automatically take me in. If you didn't, it would just go through the normal login routine. Okay, there's a number of things here which we'll go through one at a time. At the moment, what we've just got in the main part of the window is a plain list of my references, probably based on the it's based on the author. You can change how things are ordered. In this case, it's based on the order. You could have it most recent year, which journal it was in, and a range of other different things. You can also place references in folders, which is quite useful. So we've got a folder there for digital pens. So if you click on that, there's a range of information sort of in the general area of education, I guess. When you import, and we'll see how to do that a little bit later on, it goes into a folder called last imported. Eventually you end up with a few things which aren't in folders, so we'll go in here and have a look at how to put things in folders. And maybe create a new folder. Okay, so I'm thinking about perhaps I need to have a folder for education rather than just having everything dumped in RefWorks, dumped in digital pens rather. Because there's a couple of things here which probably want to go in there at the start. So first thing I want to do is create a new folder. So go to Organize and Share Folders. And this is the list. You can do a range of things here. If you click on this menu, you can share it, which is quite useful. That means you can share the contents with other people, and we'll have a look at that maybe a bit later on. I can open them up in the way we've seen before, but what I want to do at the moment is add a new folder. So I'm going to click on New Folder, and we're going to call it Education. Okay, click on Create. And if you scroll down, we'll find the new folder with no content at the moment has been added. Right, now if we go back to not in folder, there's a number of ways you can do this. Generally speaking, you select the references you want, and there's a menu here which theoretically you should just be able to click on and it'll drop it in, but it doesn't seem to be working today for some reason. Perhaps it's some foible with Windows 7. A simpler way is just to go down here so we get the folder we're interested in, Education. Just click on there to drag it and just drop it across and click it in there. It'll talk to itself. Now when we go to the Education folder, we'll see it's been moved into there. So we'll do that for the second one just to demonstrate it works. So we'll go back to not in folder, and there was something there on Bloom's Taxonomy, which sounds interesting. So we'll move that again into Education just by clicking. I'm just pressing the right mouse button, holding down, and just dragging it over into Education. And there you go, moved into Education. Right, okay, so how do we get references into RefWorks? Now the most straightforward place we're going to do it is probably from Science Direct. Let's go back to Science Direct Home. So I'm logged into Science Direct. When you log in, there's a temptation to search using this routine here. It's probably best to go to the search page itself. Okay, so I want to have a look at what's been done recently in probiotics. So I'm going to type in probiotic. In search for journals or books, I'm only interested in journals. Year range typically goes back about 10 years, but in this case I want it recently, so we'll have it last couple of years. Search for probiotic in all fields. You can do that, but what will happen is you'll find references where the only mention of probiotic is in the title of one of the references to the paper. So it's probably best to be a bit more specialist. And in this case, normally search abstract titles and keywords. So it's obviously an important phrase. Right, click on search. There's a little moment, and then comes up with oh, that's interesting. Meat as a functional food with special references to probiotic sausages. Relevant to at least one, finally a project, or finally a new product development project I can think of. And when we search by relevance, which is based on keywords, we can search by date to get the most recent one. So and then comes up with things that have just been published, or stuff which actually hasn't been published yet, going to be published in 2013. I will go back to relevance because we'll import that interesting reference on probiotic sausages. Okay, so we'll click on that. I've clicked on one. You can obviously select a range of different ones. Then you go to export citations. So I click on export citations, and it brings up this dialog. At the moment it said to export in RAS format, which is useful, but we want to export directly into RefWorks. So we click on there, and when I click export, it will automatically go into RefWorks. If you hadn't opened up RefWorks, what it would have done was prompted you to open it. Right, so we click on export. It takes a moment, as these things do. And then we'll notice the top RefWorks is flashing. If we click on here, it's told us one reference has been imported, and we go to last imported folder, and there it is. Right, so if you want to get again, you click on Find in T's. I'm going to do right click to open a new window. Try that over here. It opens up the Find in T's dialog, tells you where you can find it. Or if you can't, it'll tell you can't find it. Click on Go. And it'll try to do itself. And there's the original reference opened up in Science Direct. Okay, so let's get rid of that. Don't want that. We'll go back to here. So again, we want to drag this into a particular folder. In this case, it wants to be functional foods. So click that button there, pick it up, drag it over and drop it into functional foods. Okay, so now when we're looking at it, it seems to have added 2 there instead of just 1. The number of ways we can view it. Last modified will bring up the last one we did, and there it is, meat as a functional food. Okay, so that's the basics. The next question is, how do we use that information, and how do we import it into a Word document, for example? So I'm going to pause this video and we'll start on the next one after that one. Welcome back to a series of videos on RefWorks, where we're going to introduce the fabulously useful Write and Cite tool. Now if we go to Tools, there's a number of things we can download. We'll have a look at RefGrab a bit later on possibly. At the moment we're interested in Write and Cite. Okay, there's quite a lot of information here. There's something down here which is quite important, which is the login code. So at some point what you're going to need to do is select all of that, right click and copy. Okay, that will save you a lot of time later on. Okay, there's a number of different versions you can download. The version for 32-bit Office, which most people will probably have, the 64-bit version. There's also a version for Mac as well. If you're not sure which one to pick, you can open that up and it will give you some information from How to Geek. So it will take you through a routine which will tell you which one. If you do pick the wrong one, for example, if you've got 32-bit Office and you download 64-bit Office, it will tell you about this and prompt you to download the proper version. Downloads a piece of software which is then installed in the usual way. It takes a little while to install, probably about 5 minutes. The key thing is to have remembered this code. You can go back and get it again later on, but you do need it. Okay, so I'm going to make some assumptions now. You've downloaded the software, you've installed it, and you're ready to do a reference in Microsoft Word. So I'll just minimize this one and open up a Works document, Word document rather. Okay, so here's a very basic document which is going to have a reference placed here and a reference placed here. Now, after you've installed the software, you'll find a new tab has appeared, RefWorks. When you first log into it, you'll find the login thing is active. It's greyed out now because I've already logged in. When you click on this, you paste in the login code we got from RefWorks. As it'll try to do itself, and a few moments later you'll get the whole thing. This is a different version of the old version. If you use the old version, this is much more integrated into Word than it used to be. So it's free. You can download it at home, and I imagine all the computers in the university will already have this installed. Okay, so I want to go to insert a citation or a reference, if you will. Right, so we're going to insert it there, and we go to insert new. Right, now when you set the thing up, it actually takes a little while before you can use it. When you do the install, when you log in, it takes a while, because what it does is create a database of your RefWorks database, which is ready to use. Now somebody needs there's a search one, so we'll just go for probiotic. We'll just pick something. Hope if I can spell. And it finds a range of different ones. Okay, so I'm going to pick that one just for general. Okay, so click on OK, and we'll see a in-text citation has appeared. So we'll have a go at doing another one. If you've got a previously cited one, it will find it, but we'll go to new again. Still looking for probiotics, because that's the last thing we search for. So we'll pick meat as a functional food. So that's one we just recently looked at. Click on OK. And it's added these two in. Okay, right, so we'll add a couple of lines here. And now we can go to bibliography options. Insert bibliography. And lo and behold, done it automatically for you in the blink of an eye. It's even faster than it used to be. That's really nice. It may do a little bit of formatting here. There's no space there, and there's no space there. That's quite nice. And a very straightforward and easy way to get reference information accurately cited in text and also placed in your reference page as well. Okay, so there we are. That is using Reimport.